When I was a child, my parents both had to work. They had to work long hours, and there were several hours after school that nobody was home. So sometimes my brother and I would decide to come here to the library. And it was always a safe place that my brother and I could come to, but there wasn't half as much to do at the library when we used to come that there is now. And the great thing about the library is that they're always expanding their programs.
Books are only a small portion of what the library is.
Yeah, when I tell people what we're doing here at the library, they're surprised and almost shocked in some cases that really you do that at the library? And I have always found that when you work with people of all ages, that if you make it fun and they just kind of learn by accident, all of a sudden they can do some pretty amazing stuff. So we teach things like soldering, robotics, various art things. There's been a few leatherworking classes where people learn how to do some stitching. You know, they learn how to identify hardware, how to wire something properly, how to use a voltmeter. And those skills can result in employment down the road.
What's most exciting to me is when you've connected somebody with something they didn't know existed before, and like light bulbs go off. You don't know what that impact is going to be, and they may never realize that, oh, it's that day I played with cubelets that started me on this path.
We're not just a brick and mortar place. We're out in the community, and we have 8 mobile library routes on a twice-a-month period. We see most of the preschools in the area. We see some of the senior facilities. Our doorstep delivery service brings things to their doors. And then we also have another service called Lobby Stops. And we go into some of our senior living facilities and let them browse items. So when they see us, it's nice to get all those smiling faces.
The library is full of people who want you to ask them questions and talk to them.
When people are here in the library, sometimes people know what they're looking for, sometimes they don't. So I am the second social worker inside of a library in the state of Indiana. To be able to provide services that are already out in the community and connecting those resources with people here at the library. You know, in the past couple weeks, I've had a lot of references to food pantries out in the community, as well as where people can apply for food stamps, how to get to the trustee's office. I've sat down and helped people fill out paperwork for Medicare, Medicaid, to make sure that all their information is correct and they make sure they have the best possible chance at getting those resources.
Since I've been going here, I've opened up more because the librarians, they're like family.
They're wonderful people. They accept us. And we can always ask them for advice, and they'll be there for us. They make me want to be a better person.
They know my kids by name, and it's always nice to walk in and they always say good morning, and they make it a point to come and talk to them, and it's just very sweet.
The library as a whole remodeled several of our branches over this past year. Beautiful locations. Cool Spring is gorgeous. Rolling Prairie, I could sit and read at the Rolling Prairie branch all afternoon. And I give a lot of credit to the board and to the people who are running the library because, you could spend hours here, and we try to.